Hi, this is Rick Carlesco again. Want to talk to you about why I'm doing these rants. And I think a lot of it is I listen to my conservative friends, and they all have very valid points. And I listen to some of my more liberal friends, and their compassion is true, and they truly believe what they're saying. I just happen to believe that in order to solve problems, you have to use common sense as well as facts and figures. And if it's not a win situation for both sides, then somebody's got to lose, and somebody's not going to be happy. Now, I'm not as naive to believe that everybody's got to be happy in order for something to work. But I do believe that there's enough common ground with all of us that we could certainly solve a lot of the country's most pressing problems by just using common sense. And unfortunately, that's what Washington has absolutely lost in recent times. We've become so partisan that it's either got to be my way or the highway. So you had a situation where you had a lot of Republicans that were in power. They controlled the House, they controlled the Senate, and they controlled the presidency. And they became not just power hungry, but they were spending money like it was growing on trees. And it has to do with the fact that they were in control, and they were going to tell the Democrats exactly what they were going to do. Well, the Democrats, when they took power, they said they were going to do things differently. But guess what? When you have absolute power, you're not going to do things differently. You're going to do things exactly the way you want them done. And if the other side doesn't like it, they can lump it. And what happens is nothing gets done. So we wind up with problems that end up costing us taxpayers a lot of extra money that we frankly don't have to spend, and it's a huge drag on our economy. Imagine if the federal government could cut its budget in half. All that money goes back into our pockets. Do you really think that that might have a profound effect on the economy? A lot of people think that, if we're not using credit cards, that it's going to be a big drag on the economy. Well, horse hockey, if we're saving money instead of spending money, that money's going to go to companies that they can use to take and build factories. And maybe we could start building products and ship them overseas, maybe solve the trade deficit. Again, I think a lot of this stuff is just common sense. And if we could all just use a little common sense, I think we could solve a lot of the problems that we have in this country. So let's all write and call our congressmen and senators and tell them, listen, let's start using some common sense. Thanks for listening to my rants, and God bless.